As I walk up here, I feel that this whole community is going to be wrapped around one common sentiment: confusion. A bunch of you have no idea who I am, and they're just wondering, who's this weird dude with this thick, undecipherable accent? Some of you know I'm the founder of Kind Snacks, and are even more confused. What am I doing here? One actually likes those kind bars, so thank you. And I'm a confused Mexican Jew. I live in a state of confusion. At least I'm bringing us all together a one shared sentiment. But I do know why I'm here, and I'm grateful to be able to tell you about it. The lessons of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. have traveled far and wide across generations and boundaries. While growing up in Mexico City, as well as when I was working in the Middle East to bring Israelis and Palestinians together to build bridges and fight to resolve their conflict, Dr. King was a great inspiration to me. My father was liberated by American soldiers from the Dachau concentration camp during the Holocaust. And in spite of all of what he experienced, like Dr. King, he chose to see kindness in others and give kindness to all. In their honor, together with Dr. Bernice King and 300 other civic and business leaders, we're creating the Builders Movement, now more than 3 million citizens strong, to replace this us versus them mentality that's bringing us all down with a problem-solving mindset and the toolkit to try to build us back up. The Reverend once said, "Courage faces fear and thereby masters it. Cowardice represses fear and is thereby mastered by it." Courage, along with curiosity, creativity, and compassion, form the four C's of a builder's mindset to enable us to become builders rather than destroyers in society. It's much, much easier to divide, to demolish, and to diminish. It takes strength to be a builder with the courage to unite, to bring light, to bring joy. By the way, that chorus, oh my God, I was feeling like I want to join this Ebenezer Church every weekend. It's amazing the joy you guys bring. You guys are builders. To build bridges on which society can stand, to build a beloved community. Builders are those that change the course of history and make this a better world. MLK was the foremost builder. In every generation, we need to ask ourselves, what are we here to do? What are we here to build? How are we to react to division, to injustice and hate? How can we reflect God's will to give kindness and grace to all of God's children? I ask myself, what would my father advise me? I miss him. He was my teacher and my hero. Over the last years of exploding hate all over, against all groups, including a terrifying explosion of hate against Jews, I've asked myself this question every day: what is my role? Is it to defend the Jewish community from anti-Semitic attacks to prevent what happened to my father from happening again? Or to build bridges for all of society and fight against all forms of hate? All of us face the question whether to pursue universalistic or particularistic priorities, to stand by our people or to stand by our people. The reason I'm here today is because the Reverend King gave us the answer. His message transcended the very, very important task of fighting racism against blacks. He inspired and elevated all of humanity. He taught us that to advance the right of our own people, we need to advance human rights and justice for all human beings. And in so doing, his universal message to recognize the humanity of all created the most sustainable and authentic way to ensure progress for people of color and all of society. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who the Reverend called my rabbi, once said, "The image of God is either in every man or in no man." In honor of Dr. King, we need to choose compassion every single day, in every single interaction with every human being, to recognize our shared humanity, to look at each other's eye, to lift each other up, and to have the courage to stand up for justice, for love, for all. Thank you.